Hello friends. Brookfield, a small town in America, where everything looked normal as usual. But something happened this summer, which took the whole town away from its sleep. A missing woman, a lonely pilot, and strangers in the town. Was all this a mere coincidence, or was there a deep conspiracy behind it? The holidays of 4 friends and 2 siblings suddenly turned into fear and mystery. Do you know, sometimes the same paths that seem the safest turn out to be the most dangerous for you. Brookfield, America. This town is known for its quiet and normal life, but this summer something happened that changed the image of this town forever. Mr. Harold, an elderly man, while strolling through the streets of the town, he suddenly notices a poster of a missing woman, Evelyn Grace, her face innocent, but as if indicating something untold, dangerous. The image of that face kept lingering in Harold's eyes for many days, and then a strange coincidence. Harold gets stuck in the elevator of a building. There is silence all around, and then he sees Evelyn's lifeless body there. The police investigation reveals a horrifying truth. This was not just an accident. Evelyn was stuck in the elevator, and no help arrived for many days. But the mystery does not end here. Outside the city, in the dense forests of the northern pine, a young man named Samuel Holt was living alone in his friend's cabin. When his friend returned a few weeks later, Samuel was missing. The cabin was completely closed from the inside. Thick snow on the door indicated that no one had lived there for a long time. 4 friends and 2 siblings set off for the mountains for a vacation. Initially, the journey is filled with laughter, fun, and adventure. Little did they know that the trip would take a turn they would never forget. While climbing the mountains, an old, dilapidated truck suddenly stops in front of them. The stranger inside the truck stares at them, his eyes filled with a mysterious fear more than hatred. A few moments later, he threatens them with words their friends cannot quite decipher, but that unspoken fear shakes their very souls. Meanwhile, Sophia and her brother arrive at an old gas station in a deserted town. The atmosphere there is unusually cold and unsettling. The station clerk's smile is strained, his expression menacing, as if he's hiding a secret. Sophia senses something is wrong. These events, occurring in 2 different locations, seem unrelated at first, but there's a strange connection between their fear. It's as if they all point to a single dark shadow. This was the first hint of the darkness of the city and the mysteries of the surrounding forest. 20-year-old pilot Liam Cross flies over the Mirror Lake Triangle on his first solo night flight. Suddenly, strange objects begin to hover around his plane. A metallic sound is heard on the radio, and then everything goes quiet. Liam's plane disappears. Authorities believe the plane overturned, but the townspeople know that the Mirror Lake Triangle is a site of mysterious events. Many people have mysteriously disappeared before. Police in Brookfield are investigating several cases. These include those of Olivia Hayes and her boyfriend Mark, Nicole Ramsey and her husband, Hannah Miller and her boyfriend Ethan, and Rachel Turner. Each one involves a tangle of compulsion and lies. The vacation of 4 friends and 2 siblings now takes a dangerous turn. They accidentally stumble upon a hidden gang hideout. The city's secrets, strange dangers, and memories of past events all begin to surface simultaneously. Fear, panic, and uncertainty all combine to stop them. Slowly, the city's investigation and the mysterious events in the forest begin to intertwine. The police, journalists, and local all become part of this mystery. As the night deepens, everyone realizes this wasn't just an accident or a coincidence. Evelyn's death, Samuel and Liam's disappearance, and the city's 4 crime cases all are entangled in a vast and dangerous web. The same gang that hid behind the young vacationers is now controlling everything. The city and the forest, strangers and locals all become part of a larger mystery. Who will survive? Who will know the truth? And the biggest question, will the mystery ever be revealed, or will it remain shrouded in darkness forever? As the night deepened, Brookfield and its surrounding area were no longer just a small town. It had become a web, entangled in every story, every mystery, and every missing person. Mr. Harold no longer noticed strange silence on the city streets. Evelyn's image kept replaying in his mind. That same face, those same innocent eyes, now only existed on poster and in his memory. Nearby in the forest, Samuel Holt's story was no longer limited to a disappearance. Locals reported hearing strange lights and silent footsteps at night. Some said they saw Samuel walking among the trees, but as soon as someone approached, he would suddenly disappear. And the nights of the Mirror Lake Triangle triangle have become even more dangerous. After the disappearance of pilot Liam Cross, fear of an unknown force spread in the area. Local fishermen and tourists report seeing strange fogs and glowing objects over the lake at night, as if an invisible force was present. Brookfield police and investigators are now grappling with this mystery. 4 friends and 2 siblings who were on vacation are sharing their experiences. They describe the fear of the gang and the strange clerk, the silence of the forest and the deserted town, all of which came together. Dangerous signs loomed around every turn, hidden figures, voices fading into the darkness, and faces suddenly appearing. The audience is left wondering, who is safe, who will survive? And the biggest question, is this all really happening? Or is it just a play on the town's stories and fear? The fear and suspense are at their peak in this episode. In the next, we'll find out who is behind these mysteries and whether the town will ever regain its peace. As the story progresses, Brookfield and its surrounding woods are no longer just a place of mystery. They have become a deep-seated abode of danger and darkness. 4 friends and 2 siblings realize they're not just being stalked by a stranger. They're being tracked by a gang already deeply entrenched in the town and its secrets. Meanwhile, police investigators suddenly discover a clue that could change everything. The disappearances of Samuel Holt and Liam Cross have an unknown connection. A series of murders and the activities of strangers in the town make it clear that this wasn't a simple crime. It was part of a larger and more dangerous game. Evelyn Grace's death, initially thought to be an accident, is now revealed to have been deliberately orchestrated. Her death connects the mysterious thread between Liam and Samuel's disappearances and the town's growing crime. The friends and siblings on vacation are now caught in the web. Every sound, every dark corner, and every shadow deepened their fear. The strangest thing was that some of the gang members were the same people who seemed normal and safe during the day, but at night they appeared like strangers. Now you realize that the fear of the city and the forest isn't just from without, it's also attacking from within. There's danger at every step, an unknown enemy at every turn, and a deep secret hidden behind every event that will now unite everyone. The night was now pitch black and dense. The atmosphere of Brookfield and the surrounding woods was such that every tree, every road, and every corner hinted at a hidden danger. The 4 friends and 2 siblings realized that they weren't just being stalked by strangers. They were part of a larger and more dangerous trap. Gang members were now directly in their path. Fear, panic, and confusion, all 3 of them, nearly overwhelmed them. Meanwhile, the police gathered more clues. It turned out that the missing people, the murders, and the strange occurrences all had a deep connection. The stories of Samuel, Liam, and Evelyn were interconnected. There was no simple reason behind their disappearance and death. As the 4 friends and siblings fled into the wood, they discovered that some of the people they had initially thought helpful were actually gang members. Danger was growing at every turn. They now understood that the fear of the city and the woods was attacking not only from without, but also from within. And suddenly, strange lights and sounds loomed in the forest, as if some invisible force was hovering around them. Dangerous signs at every step and shifting shadows in the darkness brought their fears to a head. The audience now began to realize that the story's biggest mystery, who would survive and who would fall prey to this trap, was soon to be revealed. As night fell, Brookfield and the surrounding woods had become a dangerous trap. The pursuit of 4 friends and 2 siblings was no longer the work of ordinary strangers. It was the work of a gang and the dark forces of the city. The police slowly began to piece together the clue. It turned out that the missing people, Evelyn, Samuel, and Liam, hadn't simply vanished by chance. Their disappearance and deaths were orchestrated by some seemingly normal people in town. The gang's goal was to spread fear and chaos in the city so that no one would know the truth. At the last turn in the woods, the 4 friends and siblings saw that they were standing directly in front of the gang's leader. Glowing eyes in the dark, suddenly moving shadows, and lurking danger. All of this heightened their fear. Meanwhile, the police and local detectives arrived at the scene. They encountered the gang's mysterious leader. It's revealed that Evelyn's death, Samuel and Liam's disappearances, and the town's murders were all part of a larger and more dangerous plan. But the story's biggest twist comes when it's revealed that some locals, who seemed safe at first, were actually gang members within the gang. The unsuspecting people in the dark corners of town were the real threat. Ultimately, the 4 friends and siblings somehow escaped. The police apprehended several gang members, and the mysterious disappearances slowly began to unravel. But the fear, the mystery, and the darkness still linger in the nights of Brookfield. It'll make you wonder, sometimes even the safest towns and the most beautiful forests can become your most dangerous precipices. The city streets were now silent, but every corner told the story of a new threat. Was it just coincidence, or was some invisible force at work in Brookfield? The vacation of 4 friends and 2 siblings had now turned into fear and panic. Their steps were lost in the shadows of the forest, and every tree, every crevice seemed to be part of an unknown gate. The story of Samuel, Liam, and Evelyn now came alive before them. Had they truly disappeared, or were they part of a plan? And was the same gang hidden among the city's common people about to catch them? There were signs at every turn, strange lights, sudden sounds, and shadows moving in the darkness. Was it all just mental fear, or was something truly hidden? The friends noticed that the fears of the city and the forest had now become one and the same. Was this a sign that the web of mystery would never end, or was something new about to begin? The police were now investigating the case thoroughly, but each clue only led them to new questions. Will anyone survive? Who is truly innocent, and who is the true villain of this web? Ultimately, this night showed that the darkness of Brookfield simply did not end. Every story, every mystery, and every missing person left unanswered questions in the minds of the audience. Are you ready to find out who will now move forward in the darkness of the city, and who will be the next victim of this web? Brookfield and the surrounding forest were no longer just a place of fear. It had become a complex web in which every story, every missing person, and every mystery was interconnected. The nights of the 4 friends and 2 siblings became more dangerous. Strange noises with every step, sudden shifting shadows, and the silence of the forest, as if an invisible eye was watching them. The questions deepened. Did Samuel and Liam really disappear, or was it all part of a larger game? Was Evelyn's death merely an accident, or was there a deliberate plan? Some of the safe people in the town now seemed suspicious. Had the very people they once trusted become their dangerous enemies? Within the forest, gangs and stranger dangers now seemed to be in the same direction. Would the 4 friends and siblings ever find their way out, or would this night be their final turning point? Every silence raised questions. Would Brookfield's secrets ever be revealed? And would the town ever regain its former peace?
Hi friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to watch more thriller crime mysteries, keep supporting us with your love. This video is created only for entertainment purpose.